Well, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We had a Wi-Fi crash. It crashed right before the game started, and I got everything back up and running, and then, wouldn't you know it, midway through the second quarter, it crashed again. I could not get it back up and running, so I had to wait. I had to break out the mobile hotspot. I had to shut everything down and bring everything back up, and that took a little while. But you know what? We did it just in time because we're ready to start the second half. 35-30 is our first half score. Collinsville leads by 5. That's right. While we were gone, Edwardsville made a pretty big push there at the end of that second quarter and erased that 11-point lead, and now it's just 5, and Edwardsville gets the ball to start off with. So we apologize for the technical mishaps. Those things do happen. Here is the Tigers, and a 3-point shot right off the bat, off of the hands of Caden Jennings, who scored only 2 points in the first half, and the Tigers have clawed their way back to within 2 points. Whistle on the play on the far side. I'm trying to bring up my scoreboard. So, we're glad to be back. I'm going to just stay hooked up to the hotspot for the rest of the night if the Unit 10 Wi-Fi is going to crash all night long. I haven't had any problems up until now. All the previous games I've had in here, everything's worked out fine. Here is Clark for Collinsville. Drives the lane, off the glass, can't get it to fall, but he will head to the free throw line, and that'll be the first foul on Jordan Bush. And it'll be the first foul here in the second half. 35-33. At the free throw line, Matt Clark, where he is 0 for 1 on the year. Just the one shot, and he missed it, so let's make up for it now by hitting them, and that's exactly what he does with the first one. Clark came in scoring 24 points on the year. He was the leading scorer at halftime of this one with 10 points. He now has 12 after making both of his free throws. And Collinsville back out front by 4. Here is Jennings for Edwardsville. Jennings kicks it back out to Bush. Bush drives, top of the key, into the paint, dumps off the ball, or kind of lost it, and that one rolls around the rim for Hirsch Green, who had 5 points in the first half. He now has 7. And Edwardsville is back to within 2. Horace over to Lorsbach, and now over to Clark here on the left wing. Underneath, Zach Chambers had that blocked by Green. Gets another rebound, and this time gives it to Lorsbach. He's in the paint, dumps it back off to Chambers, and then a whistle will stop the action. That was a lot of rebounds down there by Chambers alone. Edwardsville ends up with the last one, and then Matt Clark gets called for his third foul. Each team now with 1 here in the second half. 6:40 left to play here in quarter number 3. Here's Jordan Bush. Bush brings it back up into the paint, dumps it off to Green. Green, a little baby hook, won't go, and the rebound belongs to Horace. Collinsville brings it back up. Davis, and we're going to have a foul called. This one looks like it's going to be handed out to Kloster as he got right in Davis's way at that last moment. Well, they're going to call it against Green. That'll be his second, team second. Collinsville inbounds. Horace does so to Chambers. Back out front for Davis. Davis on the right wing. Into the paint for Clark. Clark, a little head fake. Overshot the basket this time. Everything fell for Clark in that first half. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. 37-35. A chance for the Tigers to tie it up or take the lead, and they tie it up. 2-point bucket there from Lucas Greer, and we are tied at 37. Here is Horace to Davis. On the wing now for Clark. Clark back out front now for Horace. Horace uses Lorsbach for a block, and then takes it in himself off the glass. Can't get it to fall. And this one might go against Green again, and it will. That'll be Green's third and his second in a row. Zach Roseman says he's going to come back up for a game. That's nice. Can't wait to see Zach as at the free throw line. Horace is good on the first one. Yes, Zach, the school's Wi-Fi crashed on me. So I broke out the hotspot. And so far, so good. Next one for Horace. He misses the second one. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Collinsville back up front by 1 point. 5:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Nice, close, tight game here. Collinsville enjoyed a 12-point lead. I believe that was their biggest early in that second quarter, but then Edwardsville came back. Oh, what a nice block there by Chambers. Chambers blocking a shot by the 6'3" Jonathan Krecky, 6'3" junior. I did not call his name in the first half. He's going to go to the bench, and Jonathan Stump, the 6'5" sophomore, whose name I did call in the first half, is back out there. Inbound pass comes in to Jennings. Jennings into the corner, bounces it into Stump. Stump trying to get around Chambers. No room to move there. Back out front we go to Bush. Bush backs up his dribble and then gives it up for Jennings once again. Jennings on the right wing will launch a three-point shot. That one tips off the rim and falls down right into the hands of Wilkinson. Wilkinson has the ball ripped right out of his hands on the far side there by Greer. Greer pops it, can't get it to fall, and now we're going to have a whistle on the play, and the ball is going to belong to Collinsville. Foul coming up on Caden Jennings. Jennings will pick up his first. Team's fourth. Collinsville up by 1 point. Here's Davis. Davis brings the ball up and into the paint, dumps it off, and a nice little give and go there. Zach Chambers finishes it up for 2 points, and Collinsville is back out to a 3-point lead. 4:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Next whistle will result in a mask timeout. In the meantime, here's Jordan Bush. Bush directs traffic. Comes in on the right wing. Free throw line. Dumps it off, but it was a little bit too hot for Jonathan Stump to handle. And that's a turnover, and there is your mask timeout. So we will step aside for just a moment as well, and we're back in a few on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Todd Duke, Andy Albertino over here on the camera. We appreciate his help, and we're glad that you're with us. Sorry if we ruined a little bit of your day when our Wi-Fi crashed down in the middle of the second quarter, and we missed the whole rest of the second half, or first half. But we're back. And we got a good one going on. Collinsville has a 3-point lead, 40-37. We have 4:20 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville with the ball, and as I mentioned, a 3-point lead. Here's Lorsback at the free throw line. Dumps it off, and then Zach Chambers couldn't hold on to it. Coming up with the loose ball on the 8th Collinsville turnover are the Tigers. And they work it up, trying to trim a little bit more off of that lead. At the top of the key, Stump. Stump back over this way now for Greer. Greer back out to the top of the key and now over onto the far side wing. That is Jennings, and a little pass on his knees out to Stump, and Stump hits for 2. He now has 4 points, and the Tigers are back to within 1. Here's Davis. Far side wing for Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it to Chambers. His little shot from underneath the basket rolls across the fat part of the iron. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville, and a backwards layup. Nicely done there by Lucas Greer. And Edwardsville has their first lead since the game was 4-3 early on in that first quarter. 41-40 in favor of the Tigers. 3:10 left to play here in this third quarter. With the ball, Wilkinson gets it to Davis in the corner. Far side, handoff to Chambers, and Collinsville's getting a little sloppy out here now. Here's Davis. He drives, takes the shot, rolls across the rim, won't go. Rebound fought for and won by Stump. 6'5", wins out over 6'7". Edwardsville bringing the ball up, looking to add to that 1-point lead now. Here is Jennings. Jennings out to the top of the key, now over onto the far side wing for Bush. Bush on the left wing, back to the top of the key for Greer. An underhand shovel pass to Closter, and Closter will hand it off to Bush. Tigers directing traffic is Bush with 2.5 to play here in this third quarter. Back out to Stump at the top of the key. Over onto the right wing for Jennings. Jennings one bounce, gives it back to Stump. He drives and he scores. And Edwardsville extends that lead to 3. Collinsville had a 10-point lead after 1, a 5-point lead after 2. Edwardsville outscored Collinsville in that second quarter, 21-16, after Collinsville outscored Edwardsville 19-9. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville again. They're catching up in that department as well. They now have 15. Collinsville has 16. Here's Closter. Under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Handoff goes to Bush. Bush wasting some time. Top of the key for Stump. Stump looking for some help. Finally gets it over to Jennings. Jennings, top of the key, lost the ball, but it rolls right to his teammate, Bush. And now Edwardsville will start all over again. All the way back at the Kahok logo is Bush. He hands the ball off to Greer. Greer just outside the line, kicks it out to Jennings. Jennings at the free throw line. Running out of room, gives it up to Closter. Closter bounces it to Stump. Stump trying to get around Zach Chambers. May have shuffled his feet a little bit too much. Three-point shot, oh boy. Three-pointer hits for Lucas Greer. And now Edwardsville extends that lead to 6, by far their biggest lead of the day. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 3. Here's Lorsback. Over to Horace. Collinsville. Been a little sloppy here in the third. Been a while since they scored. There we go. Only their second field goal here in this third quarter. Collinsville has only scored 7 points so far here in the third, and we only have 35 seconds left. 42 for Collinsville, 46 for Edwardsville. Edwardsville looks like they want to play for the last shot here in this third quarter. Here is Bush. Bush in front of the bench, and that is too much time. Oh, said he stepped out of bounds. Or did they call time? They did call time. So a turnover for Edwardsville, and Collinsville trailing by 4 points. Chance to erase some of that 4-point deficit. Inbound pass will come in right at the end of the Edwardsville bench from Dayton Horace. And it'll come into Jamori Weisinger as soon as we get all the players sorted out. Inbound passes in. Collinsville now with a chance to play for the last shot of the quarter. 15 seconds left. Here is Horace. Over on the far side for the other Horace. His younger brother, Nick, gets it over to Weisinger. Weisinger to Wilkinson. Wilkinson hands the ball off to Horace. We're down to 5 seconds left. In the corner, 3-point shot coming. Yes! Nice job there, Nick Horace, just before the buzzer runs out, and Collinsville really needed that as they come into the fourth quarter trailing by just 1 point, 46-45 in favor of Edwardsville. And we are back with that fourth quarter in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Back at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke, Andy Albertino with you. Got a good one going on here. JV game, Collinsville versus Edwardsville, is a 1-point contest as we head into quarter number 4. Edwardsville has the lead after outscoring Collinsville in that third quarter, 16-10. So the last 2 quarters, Edwardsville has outscored the Kahawks. Kahawks need to get back to the way they got things going on in that first quarter if they want to have a chance to pull this one out. Either that or this one's coming down to the wire. Here is Nick Horace, who just hit a big 3-pointer at the buzzer. Hands the ball off to Weisinger. Weisinger drives the lane, and that is, whoa, I don't even know how he saved that. Here is the freshman again. Oh, couldn't get it to fall, and then punches out the rebound, unfortunately. Punched it out to the wrong colored jersey. Here is Edwardsville. Just underway in quarter number 4. With the ball is Zach Hoffman. Back over this way now for Closter. Closter, top of the key, gets it into Stump. Stump trying to bowl over the young Horace, but no doing. Horace wouldn't give up his ground. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Weisinger. Gets it up to Wilkinson. Hands it off to Clark. Back to Weisinger on the wing. Now we're on the opposite wing. It's Horace, and he has that ball shoved out of his hands from behind by Hoffman, and it rolls right to one of his teammates. And that's a bad break there for Collinsville as they trail by 1 point still. So Edwardsville works the ball up. Here is Hoffman again. Hoffman reaching right around Horace and just poked that ball out of there, and it rolled right to a teammate. Oh, almost ran right into Weisinger. Here's Stump. On the far side now for Heaven. Heaven will launch a 3 off the glass, won't fall in. Collinsville controls the rebound. They bring it back up. Here is Horace, top of the key for Weisinger. Now over to this wing for Horace. That's Dayton Horace. Dayton, the junior, drives in the paint, dumps it off for Clark, turns around, over Stump, can't get it to fall in, though. And there is Stump to pick up the loose ball. Bad breaks here for Collinsville right now. 1 point game remains, 46-45. Here's Heaven. Heaven drives, puts on the brakes just inside the perimeter and backs his way toward the scorer's table. And we're going to have a timeout called by Edwardsville, so we'll step aside as well. And we are back in how long? 60 seconds, the referee says. So we'll take a 60-second break and come back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 46-45. Tigers with the 1 point lead. And we have 6:06 left to play here in this third quarter. So we're almost 2 minutes in, and neither team has scored here in this fourth quarter. Edwardsville with the ball. Zach Kaufman will inbound just underneath our location, and he does so into the backcourt for Jordan Bush. Bush has to bring the ball up. Does so in front of his own bench, and an underhand pass to Jennings. Jennings bounces it over to Green. Green into the paint, trying to get around Clark. Clark's not giving any room. And then Jennings drives the baseline. No good look there. He took the shot anyway. It never did hit the rim or the backboard, so you can't count that as a turnover as Bush comes away with the loose ball. Bush now at the top of the key. Clark forces him back out. Clark picks up his dribble, gives to Jennings. Back out to Clark. Inside now for Green. Green, double team, throws the ball up in the air, and into the backcourt it goes, and Collinsville trying to pick it off. They do so, and unfortunately, just as the young Nick Horace, the freshman, clamped onto it, his foot was out of bounds. So Edwardsville will get the ball back once again. Almost a backcourt violation. Nice job there by Heaven to keep that one from going into the backcourt, but almost shoved it right into the hands of Nick Horace. So we're still looking for first points here in this fourth quarter. Here is Lucas Greer. He inbounds the ball to Bush. Bush brings it up across the timeline with 5:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Over to Closter. Closter drives, has the ball knocked out of his hands by Clark. It's on the ground, picked up by Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Dayton Horace, and a holding foul going to be called against Edwardsville. That'll be their 5th team foul. Collinsville only has one in this second half. This one's going to go against Jordan Bush. That'll be his 2nd. And Collinsville will inbound from underneath of their own basket. They do so to Clark. And around the horn we go. It ends up with the young Horace over into the hands now of Wilkinson. Wilkinson, baseline, no room to move. Brings it back out in front of his head coach, Eric Anderson. Now over to Dayton Horace. 4:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Wilkinson, top of the key. Underhand pass now to Weisinger. Weisinger hands the ball off to Horace for 3, and that one rolls but won't fall. Clark gets the rebound off the glass, still can't get it to fall, and then Green comes up with the rebound for Edwardsville. 4:25 left to play in this fourth quarter. No scoring by either team thus far in quarter number 4. Here's Jordan Bush. Bounce pass to Green. Green top of the key. Gives the ball up to Closter. He'll try for 3. That one's a little bit too strong, and the rebound belongs to Nick Horace. And he gives it up to the brother Dayton, who gives it up to Wilkinson over on the far wing. Back out to the top of the key for Dayton Horace. Dayton works his way over toward the near sideline. Just under 4 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Kicks it over into the corner. Wilkinson for 3. That one rolls across the rim. Rebound comes all the way back out to midcourt, and it's picked up by Edwardsville. Underneath Jennings. Throws the ball out. Can't find a teammate, so coming up with the loose ball, Wilkinson. He'll take it off the glass himself. Good for 2. We finally have our first points here in this fourth quarter, and that gives Collinsville back the lead at 1 point, 47-46. 3.5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Here's Jordan Bush. Over on the far side now for Greer. Greer dribbles, drives in the paint. Can't get the shot off. He dumps it off. Somehow it hit a couple of different hands and ends up right into the hands of Green, who didn't have any problem turning that into 2 points, and it's back to a 1-point lead for Edwardsville. 3:10 left to play here in quarter number 4. Here is Dayton Horace. Horace uses a screen by Clark, gets through the lane, but dumps it back off to younger brother, who dumps it off to Clark. Off the glass, can't get it to fall. And now Clark comes up with the rebound. It's on the ground, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Or we're going to have a timeout. Did we get a timeout called in time? Yes, we did. So Collinsville will get the ball back as we have a timeout called on the floor, and we will be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Andy Albertino with you. And we are glad that you're with us. We got a nice one going on here. It's a 1-point game. Tigers have the 1-point lead, 48-47, 2:53 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville will get the ball. And they'll inbound underneath of the Edwardsville basket. And with the honors, Dayton Horace. Oh, underneath our basket. Sorry, I went the wrong way. I was in the first quarter still. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Still fighting for it, though, and this time before the ball ends up loose, the Edwardsville coach, Eric Smith, will take a timeout. So guess what? We're going to step aside as well. And whoops, what happened to my screen there? There we are. All right, 30. Got to figure out how many timeouts you have left. Is it 30 seconds or is it 60 seconds? It is 30, they say. So we'll take a break and back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Edwardsville will get the ball back here as we get back underway. 2:46 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It's a 1-point game. Edwardsville getting trapped in the backcourt by full court press by Collinsville, but they break it. Here come the Tigers. That's Greer. He'll slow things down, wait for some teammates to catch up, and back out front for Bush. Bush, he has the ball near the slot, and now at the top of the key for Green. Green over onto the far side wing. Once again, Greer. Greer dribbles and drives outside of the perimeter, stops at the free throw line, bounces it into Green. Green takes a shot. It goes over everything. Nothing but Collinsville Kahok jerseys there to pick that one up. Now Collinsville trailing by 1 point. They bring the ball up. Here is Davis. Almost had it stolen. And a no-look pass to Clark, and Clark in for 2 more. Clark now with 14 points in this game. And Collinsville back out front by 1 point. 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. And here's Jordan Bush. Gives it up now for Greer. Greer just launches a long one from there. No good. And then the rebound ends up into the hands of Collinsville after a couple of steal attempts down there underneath the basket. Kahawks down to 1:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Over on the far side, that is Wilkinson. Wilkinson. Collinsville up by 1. Wilkinson shifts directions. Top of the key. Hands it off to Horace. Horace. Over onto the wing now for Davis. Davis drives, baseline, off glass, no good, but Davis is going to go to the line for 2. Sixth team foul coming up here for Edwardsville, and this one is going to belong to Isaiah Kloster. It's his first. And to the free throw line, Devin Davis for the first time. He comes in at 7 of 13 this year on the JV squad, and he hits the first one. That's important. Next one makes it a 3-point contest with 1:28 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Devin Davis leads his team in the assist category with 16, but right now he's worried about making one more free throw. It's on the way, and good. Davis does exactly what he needed to do. 3-point contest. Collinsville leads. Bounce pass almost picked off by Horace, and then Edwardsville does get it up across the line. That was almost a travel, too, as a sudden stop by Kloster made him slide a little bit, but referees didn't see it. Here is Greer out front now for Bush. Bush with 1:10 left to play. He drives. Free throw line. Takes the shot off the glass. Good for 2. For Jordan Bush, his first points here in the second half after scoring 9 in the first half. Collinsville up by 1. Here is the young Nick Horace. Backs up to his brother Dayton. Now over to Davis. We're under a minute to go here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville leads by 1. JV team looking to stay perfect. They're at 4-0 right now. Here is Nick Horace. He'll underhand it to Devin Davis. Davis. Timeout called by Coach Anderson from Collinsville. So we will take the time to step aside and take a timeout as well. And we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we have 42.4 seconds left to play in a very close game. 51-50. Collinsville has the 1-point lead. Collinsville had a 10-point lead after 1 quarter of play. And then Edwardsville started the comeback. They outscored Collinsville 21-16 in the third quarter, so that lead by Collinsville shrunk to 5. Then Edwardsville outscored Collinsville 16-10 in that third quarter. And then Edwardsville had the 1-point lead after the third quarter of play. Here we are with 42.4 seconds left in Collinsville. They have the 1-point lead. Right now they are outscoring Edwardsville. Remember, we had a long time before we even had our first points in this fourth quarter. So right now, Collinsville has scored 6 points in this fourth quarter, while Edwardsville has scored 4. Inbound pass comes in from Devin Davis. He finds Dayton Horace. Horace dribbles the ball and almost had it poked away there by Greer. Greer looking for a steal. Now finding some room, kicking it outside to Nick Horace. And then Nick all the way back at the midcourt stripe has to figure out a way to get around a bunch of defenders. We're down to 20. Here's Dayton Horace. He drives, he shoots, and he scores. Dayton Horace with 2 points. Collinsville back up by 3. Here comes Edwardsville, and a timeout going to be called before Edwardsville gets anything set up. They will have 11.7 seconds in which to work with when we come back from a timeout, which is going to be a brief one, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a 1-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Andy Albertina with you. We got a good JV game going on right before we get ready to head into varsity action between Collinsville and Edwardsville. 11.7 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville has a 3-point lead. Edwardsville has the ball. They will inbound from in front of their own bench. Inbound pass coming in from Jordan Bush. Edwardsville needs 3 to tie. Bush looking. Edwardsville only has 1 timeout left. Here's Jennings, top of the key. Jennings almost had that ball ripped off out of his hands, but instead they're going to call Alex Loers back for the foul. That's only the second foul here in this half for Collinsville, so way far away from shooting fouls going on here. And Edwardsville is going to use their timeout. Looks like they are. They are going to use their final timeout, which is a 60-second timeout, so we will step aside for just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
All right, folks, there are 7 seconds left on the clock. Here in this JV game, Edwardsville trails by 3, and the Edwardsville Tigers have the ball. Collinsville just committed their second foul, so they don't have any problems there committing another foul if that's the way they want to play it. Inbound pass once again comes in from Bush. All the way across the way for Cluster for 3. No good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and a whistle with 1.7 seconds left will pretty much secure this victory for the JV Kahawks. That is the 7th foul for Edwardsville, so it's time to shoot some free throws here for Collinsville. Foul belongs to Caden Jennings. That's his 2nd. And to the free throw line, it is Nick Horace. Horace, his first trip to the free throw line here in this game. He comes in having hit 3 of 4 for his JV team this year. And he's been pretty good from everywhere today, so why not? There you go. That makes it a 2-possession game, and with 1.7 seconds left, that's probably not going to happen. Here is the young Horace with another one, and he hits both of them. Edwardsville will have very little time to bring the ball up court. And at the buzzer, they launch a big 3-point shot. That misses the mark, and that's going to do it. Final score, 55-50 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks as the JV Kahawks improve to 5-0 on the season. We're going to shut everything down, fire everything back up for the varsity game, so we will see you here in just a little bit on the Kahawk Sports Network.